CV. A CV is the same as curriculum vitae. It is a type of document that helps to describe a person. Uh, Whenever you want to talk about yourself to an employer or any person whom you think he or she wants to know about your details, then you can present your details in the form of a CV. So first and foremost, we're going to launch Microsoft Word. As you can see here, Microsoft Word is launched. So I'm going to go ahead and create a blank document. When I create a blank document, you see an interface that look like this. On top, I have the ribbon with a lot of tabs, and then I have the quick access toolbars, and then I have the workspace. So whenever I want to come up with a CV, there's already available templates online that you can use, which are free of charge, so you don't have to hustle. You can use one of the templates available so that you can edit and feed in your own information. So when you launch Microsoft Word, I want you to go and select one of the tabs in the ribbon, and that is File tab. So go and select File tab. Then from that, you get a list of options. Of course, we have the two layouts. The first layout gives you a list of buttons that you can choose among. Then we have also the recent documents or the recent files, and then we have some of the templates available. So I want you to go and select the new button here after home. Then from there, when you click select that, you get now this layout. On this layout, we have the sample templates. We have the sample templates, but then when you look at these templates, we don't have any which represent a CV. So uh, you can go ahead and select the search bar where they are telling you to type or to search for online templates. So when you click on that, I want you to type their CV. So when you type their CV and then you search, Microsoft will help you to search for online templates that represent a CV, and then from there you can choose any of them. So go ahead and press enter. So when you press enter, you get a list of available templates that you can select any of them. And then from there, for example, I want to select this. When you click on that, you get a pop-up window will pop up on the screen. And then from there, you can go ahead and click on this create button. When you select create button, the document or the CV will have to now be present in your word processor. So in your word processor, I have my CV, but now what I have to do, I have to go ahead and modify with my own information. So whenever you're coming up with a CV, what you need to know is that a CV has a structure in which it is supposed to be presented. It has the way it is supposed to be presented. First and foremost, the many features that make up a CV, you need to have what we call uh, the personal details. You need to have the objective, then the skills, the skills and experiences. You need to have education background, like what is your profession, and then you need to have your leadership skills. And then from there, once you have all that, you can now go ahead and modify your CV and then make it look nice. Like first, you have to start with a name. Like you see here, the name here is Chela Apalere. You have to put your name here. You need to put your website and email address, and then from there, you need to also attach a passport photo if need be. And then from there, go ahead and put your objective. What is your personal objective? uh, is the objective related to maybe the organization you are uh, trying to apply a job to? Like, for example, if your objective is to engage content for diverse audience, or seeking a challenging position to leverage creativity, communication skills, and passion for beauty to inspire and educate leaders, then this is your personal objective, then at least should be related to an organization, to main objectives of an organization that you're applying, that you are getting a job to, so that whenever you are given this job, you will work hard because you will be in line with your objectives. Then from there, you need to also talk about your experiences. The experiences here, you talk about the past jobs. What have you done in the past? Like the jobs you have already done, and other innovations that you've done. You all talk about that here. And then you talk about the skills. What can you do? Skills. Do you have skills in writing? Do you have skills in anything, maybe like can you do any kind of innovation? Do you have skills in maybe drawing? Do you have skills in editing, video editing, or any skill that you have that you think an employer need to know? You have to put it here in the skills. And then at the education background, here you have to put all your education, like all your levels of education and the certifications you have, or the education background, that if it is bachelor's, if it is master's degree, it is a certification, you have to include it all here. Then sometimes you need to also to include like the leadership experience. If you're going to hold a position that involves leading other people, or having a team of people that you're going to lead, then you need to put at least a leadership experience, so that the employer knows that, hey, this person at least have this kind of skills in when it comes to leadership. Then at the end of the day, you have to, of course, put your phone number and then your email address, because the employer need to contact you. They can contact you either by the phone number or by email address. So when you put all this, normally you can make it in one page, so that it does not look so big or challenging. All your information can be represented in this single page. And after doing all this, you've put your objective, you put your experience, your education, your skills, and your personal contacts, and everything is available. Then there you are ready to go. So if I can, for example, bring another template, let me see how another templates can be. So I'll go ahead and select a new template. I can use this template here. So when you look at this template, it also uh, represent the same thing I've been talking. Here you have to talk about your personal details, like your name, the phone number, the email address, and then we have the address. I mean the website. This is the website. We have the email address. We have the phone number, and then we have the state where you're coming from, and then here you have the name. So these five things are very very important, because any person must have a name, and then you need to have the address where you come from. You need to have the phone number, so that they can contact you, and then you need to have an email address. In most cases, companies prefer uh, employees who already have experience in the use of mails. So by you having an email address, you are already telling the employer that, hey, I already have the skill in using email, because this is the main tool that will be used in communication. So you need to also have a website. This is not so much necessary. It's not compulsory, but if you have, it is an added advantage, because that one will show that hey, you are online, and an employer can go ahead and uh, uh, open your website and learn more about you. So if you have a website, it is added advantage. But if you don't have a website, this other information can help to identify yourself. And then you can also provide the passport photo to also easily identify you, like, uh, try to see who you are, so that by the time you present yourself for maybe for an interview, the employer already knows the kind of a person who is coming. Then apart from this, you need to have what you call experience. Experience, this one, it is something to do with your work history. That is the work history. The work history, like where did you work and which position and what were you doing. So you need to outline the date and the year, and then the position, and then the company, like the organization you have been working in. Then after outlining the company and then the position, you need to outline down here what are the main activities that you are doing in that company. So, for example, if you say I worked in Microsoft as IT support, then you need to outline what did you do as an IT support. If you say I worked in maybe Google as the data analyst, you need to outline here what were your role, the main duty of your main duty. So you have to put it there so that an employer knows that this person already have experience in this, even where he worked in this period of time, he was doing this kind of activities. So then the other thing you need to let the employer know is about your education. Your education is very important because this is about your profession, what you can do, what you have learned, and which knowledge you have. So you need to outline your education background. Uh, don't mind about your level of education. Uh, just put it as long, because sometimes you may have a low level of education, like you have high school, but then you have certifications. Certification is where you certified in a certain field and you have a certificate for that, and you have skills and experience in doing that. So just put whatever kind of education background you have, and then here you have to put the month and the year, like you say July or June 2015, and then you can say maybe you finished a college and what were you doing? Maybe you are doing pharmacy, and then you have to put the school and all that kind of what did you learn, the main subject that you learned in that profession. Then here you also need to outline the skills. The skills could be like uh, other things which you can do, like other innovations, other skills, the knowledge you can do apart from the education background, apart from the education. So then the other thing is the activities you need to talk about, like what other activities do you do, what other things do you do, what do you like, or what where are you active in. Do you have other maybe association you are in, you have other groups you are already involved and you do certain activities there. So once you explain all this to the employer, then the employer will have a detailed view. Employer will have the knowledge about you. Employer will know which kind of a person you are, and then he or she will have a sound mind to make a decision either to employ you or not, based on your information that you put on a CV. So a CV is very important, is a very important document. You should never ignore it. Whenever you write a cover letter, should be attached with a CV. And then what you put in a CV, if you say I have a certificate in a Microsoft Office, or you say I'm certified in Oracle, then you have to attach a document that shows what you've put in your education. If you say, hey, I have experience in this, I've worked here, at least you need to have like a document or like a recommendation that you can attach, so that it can go and back up, or it can go and defend what you have written in your CV. So once you have organized your cover letter, you've put your CV and you have attached the documents, there you are ready to go. Just go ahead and submit for review. You can submit either online by using an email address. Already here you've put that you have an email address, so you can go ahead and send your CV and your other details on email address. You can also use the mailing address by sending direct to their office via the post numbers. So once each and everything is sent, then you will be reviewed, and once they see that you fit, you will be hired or you will be given a certain thing that you're looking for. So this is how we can come up with a CV in Microsoft Word. The other way you can come up with a CV is by just starting from scratch. Instead of using a template, you can go and type, just go to a new, select a new blank document. Then from there, you can go ahead and start from scratch. Of course, we said here you need to put the contacts. You need to start with your contacts. The contacts, this one, we said this involves your phone number, the email address, your name, and your address. And then here you have to put your experience, like experience that is to do with the work history, that is work history. Then after, you need to put about your education background. After education background, you also need to put something to do with your skills, and then you need to put something to do with your background. The background should be in the beginning, the summary about yourself, your background, and then you can also put your reference, by the way, like people who knows about you better, who can testify about you. So once you put all of this, you have to explain them in brief. Don't have to make a lot of paragraph. Explain so that they fit on one page. Once you are done with explaining all these ones, then this is going to be your CV. You can now go ahead and export it, print it, or export it as a PDF and attach it to your cover letter, and then you can also attach your other documents and then save it to an employer to review, and then make a decision either to hire you or not. Otherwise, thank you guys. Go ahead and practice how you can make a CV so that you can get what you want. Thank you. See you guys.